Anthony, as you're creating these virtual tours or helping our team create these virtual tours, what are some things that people need to be aware of, some do's and don'ts?
Sure. The biggest thing for me is make sure the space is staged, clean. Any doors for your routes that you're going to be taking are already open. That's a
Hmm.
big thing people don't think about is when you start a space at the starting point, if you have a closed door, the user is going to interpret that as an area you can't walk through. So making sure all those doors are open, kind of leading them through the path so they know where to go is a big do. Checking with the building management and maintenance to ensure that censored lighting can be bypassed. That's a big thing people don't think about because a lot of these spaces are on sensors for cost savings and energy savings now. And you're going to be waving your arms every 5 minutes trying to get the lights on in the space. And when you're shooting a 100,000 square foot space, that can be pretty taxing. So trying to work with the management team, ensuring that all the sensor lightings are overwritten and you can work within that space. A lot of times security is going to be escorting you. So do make sure to educate them on what's going on. Make sure they're not going to be in any of your shots. I often do a walkthrough of the entire space. You're shooting on weekends mostly. Make sure nobody else is in that office. If they are, let them know what you're doing. Let them know that you're going to be shooting. If they could leave for 5 minutes, that's going to be a big thing. And then the last thing I think for the do's is make sure that you go into the post-production software. So we use Matterport, for example. Mark all your windows, mark all your mirrors, add buttons, really do the extra work after you shoot the project to make sure it's going to be as professional as possible. For the don'ts, I would say one of the biggest rookie mistakes that we see is do not take too many captures with the camera. Um, Usually I see people doing it every 3 to 4 feet, try to do it every 8 to 10 feet. That just makes a better click-through journey for the user. Do not shoot outdoors on sunny days. That's going to be a huge headache for people. I've gone through that. The camera, the infrared doesn't like sun. So if you have to shoot an outdoor space, do it on a cloudy day or do it at dusk. That's generally what I do. Do not skimp on the equipment that goes with the camera. Buy a heavy-duty tripod. Buy a good boom for the tripod. If you don't, these are oftentimes really heavy cameras. It's not going to take proper pictures. It may not take a picture at all if the software doesn't like the alignment of the camera. So make sure to buy a nice heavy-duty tripod. And my last thing would probably be a big do is do get creative with the way that you market these things. What I see is people take the shots and they might attach it to a website, they might include it on a flyer. There are so many opportunities to market these. You can create QR codes that can be put on Google Cardboards, those little mobile virtual reality goggles. And then people can scan it with their phone and immediately view a property. That could be used for mailers. I mean, there's 100 opportunities to get creative with these things. It's a really cool thing that's really interactive and people want to use it. So find creative ways to get it out there.